one is the fourth version of this movie. I think this is like the third remake. This one stars Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Bradley Cooper plays Jackson Maine. He's a guitarist and a singer for a rock band, but he deals with alcoholism and drug addiction, and he's kind of past his prime, and he meets Allie, played by Lady Gaga, and she's this waitress, and she's trying to become a singer. By a chance meeting, he invites her onto stage, and she starts singing, and her career starts to take off, and now he kind of has a downward spiral with all his drug problems and his addiction, while she goes to stardom and gets everything she wants. Now, as I said, Bradley Cooper stars in this. He also works on both sides of the camera here. He's a co-writer, he's the director of the movie, and I believe he's a producer. You can really tell that this was something that he really wanted to put maximum effort into. It's actually Lady Gaga that told Bradley Cooper during the making of this movie that she wanted to sing all of these songs with him live instead of having the actors lip sync them, because she felt as if when actors lip sync songs in movies that the words and the mouths don't match up and it just looked kind of fake. So she was like, we're just going to sing them live. So Bradley Cooper agreed to that idea, and he literally got vocal training to sing the songs. He's got a great voice. I don't know if he learned how to play guitar for this movie. He probably already knew how, but yeah, he really committed himself to this role. This is the fourth iteration of this movie. I have never seen any of the other ones, but this is something that I think you should experience. This is a musical drama that is essentially a coming-of-age story for the character of Allie, again played by Lady Gaga. And what it is it's a journey of self-discovery, pride, realization, recovery as well. For one particular character in this movie, it's really that. And this movie really just kind of hit me after a while. I think Bradley Cooper's performance in this movie is really good. Like I said, he works on all aspects of the camera, so it might seem like at times where you can't understand a damn word Bradley Cooper's saying. Like, he kind of sounds like Jeff Bridges and like R.I.P.D. Might sound like that at sometimes, but essentially he's playing a character from the South. Jackson Maine is from Arizona. Some reason he's not from Jackson, Mississippi, or from Maine, but his name is Jackson Maine. He's from Arizona. So, I mean, Bradley Cooper himself has to put on a southern accent, and sometimes it does get a little jumbled and a little muffled to hear what he says, but I think that's kind of the point of the character, because his character is so bent out of shape at this point in his career. He's a fading rock star. Rock is dying, sadly. And he's just like, why should I even care anymore? Like, I mean, I have all these people that love me, but like all my fans and all that, but like at the same time, it's just like, let's just go to parties and go to bars and get drunk and, crush up some pills. That's honestly his mindset. And I think the fact that you can't understand him is a direct relation to those problems that he has. And honestly, it wasn't the whole movie where you couldn't understand him. For me, it was only a couple of scenes, but that didn't bother me because I felt like as if it added to the layers of his character. He gives his whole backstory as to why he's got these problems, and you really feel bad for the guy. And Bradley Cooper's performance just makes this character even more rich. I didn't feel like I was watching Bradley Cooper. I felt like I was watching a drugged-out, alcoholic rock star. That's what I felt like I was watching. But one performance in particular, never thought I would ever say this, because I've written her off so many times. I don't like her music, and I just look at her and I'm like, why do you have to dress up in all these weird outfits and have all this weird hair? But Lady Gaga, seriously, wow, holy damn. Lady Gaga, I'm calling it right now, Lady Gaga is getting nominated for an Oscar for Best Actress for her role in this movie. She is really, really good. And I feel like maybe it's because she's playing a musician, but at the same time, like, she also knows that this is something that could get her further into stardom. she's wanted to act for a while. She was in American Horror Story Hotel. This is definitely proof to people that she can probably act. Her manager is probably wiping the shitty song lyrics for her new album off of her desk and replacing those with movie scripts of dramas. He's like, new movie, here you go. She is by far really good. The soundtrack in this movie is also awesome. The opening song had me hooked. That's the type of music I like the rock and roll, hard rock, that stuff. And it kept going throughout the entire movie. Even the pop songs, there's a couple of pop songs in this movie, even those, I was enjoying those. Minus maybe one or two, but I enjoyed those. I was like, this is because it actually adds character depth, it adds a cohesive narrative, it moves the story along. So, I mean, that's a big reason why I enjoyed it. There's going to be a song in here that's going to be the next This Is Me. It's definitely a song that I could see getting nominated for Best Original Song. Bradley Cooper even wrote the lyrics to all these songs with Lady Gaga to perform in this movie. That is just pure talent right there. This is a very expertly crafted movie. For a first-time director like Cooper himself, he works on all sides of the camera equally. His performance is there. The writing is there. His directing is there. He doesn't dedicate himself to just one of those jobs. You know, sometimes there might be filmmakers that do that. Other than Mel Gibson, I don't think anybody has perfected that. Bradley Cooper has finally perfected that. This is a very emotional story about somebody who's bent down on their luck, who just wants to give up on life and find something to latch onto, and finally has a reason where he's like, I don't need to give up anymore. This is what I want to do. And then that's taken away from him, and he's like, well, what the hell do I do now? To be honest with you, going back to the whole Lady Gaga thing, like, as I said, this is a coming-of-age story. This movie is essentially about her character. It's not necessarily about Bradley Cooper's character. I went into this movie thinking Bradley Cooper was the top billed actor. He's billed after Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga gets top billing in this movie. She's listed first in the credits. It's essentially her movie. She's ultimately the main character. The focus is on her. Also being on Jackson Maine, Bradley Cooper's character, there's a good balance there, but you can tell from the moment Lady Gaga's character is introduced in this movie that she is the main character. Lady Gaga is the star of this movie. That's something I didn't think that this movie would do. I really thought it was going to focus more on Bradley Cooper. I didn't think that this movie was going to focus so much on Lady Gaga. I thought that she was just going to be there for emotional support, you know? Really kind of subverted my expectations. I must have read into this movie wrong before I had seen it, because I really thought that this movie was going to be about Bradley Cooper's character becoming a rock star and Lady Gaga being the emotional support and the emotional attachment that he needed to become the rock star, to rise up the ranks of this big super rock star from something so small to be something so big, where it's the other way around. It's Lady Gaga that is the main character, and she's the one that's rising up the ranks from being a small pop star, she's rising up from almost nothing to become this massive pop star. The movie is very well written like that, and it really defies drama movie tropes. I'll give it that. This is a drama. I wouldn't consider it a musical, but the musical scenes in this movie are very stunning. If I have any flaws with the movie, I would have liked to have seen more of Sam Elliott. I didn't think there was anything really to his character, and he's not in the movie all that much. I wanted to see more of him and his Confederate mustache. Don't lie to yourself, he rocks that thing. There is one scene in this movie, while a very great and effective scene, I feel as if it's unrealistic. It's a scene that takes place at the Grammys. And I'm watching the scene, my buddy that I saw it with, he's like, that definitely would not happen in real life. That is unrealistic. And I'm like, yes, I agree. But, at the same time, it is there to progress the character of Jackson Maine, to show us an emotional thing that's happening to him, as unrealistic as that scene may be. And the ending, while really good, I just hated it. I hated the ending. It's not a bad ending. It's just, no, I didn't want that. I didn't want that ending. There's going to be people that are probably just going to sit there and stare at the credits when this movie ends. I kind of did for a few minutes because I was just in shock about that ending. Other than that, this is a top-notch film. This is top-notch filmmaking. Bradley Cooper works on all sides of the camera effectively, creates a story about someone who comes of age, becomes a pop star, and Lady Gaga is going to get nominated for an Oscar. This is her movie. This is her rise into the acting business. This is her big break in show business, as I would like to say. That I'm going to give A Star Is Born an A-. One of my favorites of the year. Definitely check this one out. Guys, I will leave my link to my website in the description below. There you can find all my links to my social media accounts. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Alex Madden. I'll see you soon.